Greetings and welcome back to Crowncast. I'm First Lady Swinton, and it's truly an honor to share space with Her Excellency Letitia Antoinette, whose work and leadership have inspired so many around the world. Her Excellency, how are you today?
I'm doing well today. Very cold, a bit achy in the winter days, but yeah, good.
Winters always make for aches. I feel like once we get up there in age, we start taking on the sayings that our parents and grandparents have said. Like when it rains, my knees ache.
Yeah.
When it's cold, my elbows are sore.
We're too young to be feeling these things, but it's happened already. The onset has come a bit early.
You know, it comes from when we were younger, we were fearless, so we thought we could do everything in the world. And we were always
Yeah.
told it's going to catch up to you. But you get older, and we're like, no, we'll be fine. We are not fine.
So I think I can recall wearing like belly puffer jackets when I was younger. And they'd be like, your kidneys, you can't be doing. I would not dare be seen in something like that now. It's ridiculous.
And now we bundle up. It's cold. We got to bundle up the scarves, hat, gloves.
Yeah.
Okay, so for those discovering you for the first time, who is Letitia Antoinette? And what inspired the creation of LetitiaAntoinette.world?
So that was two questions in one. Yeah. So I was still digesting the first bit. So is it who is Letitia Antoinette?
Yes.
And the second one about the story. Letitia Antoinette is myself, is my birth name. And the meaning of that is to bring joy beyond praise. And I think there was very much, this was just before COVID had come up. And I think I just got to that point of, look at all of these names. Why does everybody go for this name or that name? What's so much about this? And then I was like, do you know what? I want to wear something that says my name. And not just that, because I was dealing with a lot of isolation and doing a lot of lives and talks and stuff online. And I guess I just noticed that there was a big part of me not being around people. And so I started to be online more, and my health was just keep spiraling downwards. I got physical and psychological different illnesses. And it was just one of those things of, how can I counteract what's happening? What can I do to create that? And I started with lip glosses. Growing up as a young black woman in the area where I was, people would usually insult me or call me dick clips and stuff like that. So not making me feel good about myself. I'm just being overly sexualized just by people looking at me, and I didn't like that. So I thought, my friend was like, "Don't," you said, "you got to be proud about it. So many people are getting injectables in their lips and stuff. Be proud of the things that make you, or what's being called names of you." So I went with starting with the lip glosses first, just to help enhance people's beauty. So it's generally like your shield of strength, because even with naturally you're beautiful, but then when you enhance it, you're unstoppable, kind of thing. And went with the gym wear as a means to empower and encourage people to be physically fit, look after their health, because so often the doctors, they don't want to get to the root cause of the problems. You get your medication after medication. So for me, it's a journey of helping people to learn about themselves, rediscover about themselves, and have an outlook analysis of how they are partaking with their everyday today. So yeah, that's how Letitia Antoinette came about.
That is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
What personal or professional experiences shaped your path besides the fact of, the name calling when you're younger, but you got into entrepreneurship and digital empowerment?
God. The journey, I would say, started from a very young age without realizing that it did. So it's one of those things like, from what were the things you were doing at young, and from there has it continued on? How did that pattern continue? So when I'm taking it all the way back to like primary school, in before you go to high school, and I was head girl, another one was head boy, and they gave us the rights to be able to, if people were misbehaving, give them detention and stuff like that. I kind of liked that authoritative role. And From there, they used to have schemes like gifted and talented. And so with that, at a young age, they let us see the different universities and things like this. And then from leaving, going on to high school, that was just further breakage from friendships and stuff and restarting again. And I think it was during that first summer of high school, I found out about, I think it's the second, there was this thing called Young Advisors. So I joined onto the panel, and that was as a young consultant in regeneration and renewal for the southeast of England. So from the age of 15, I was working as a young advisor on a panel for the head secretary of state of England. Anything to do with youth engagement would be reviewing those policies and stuff like that. And because I'm into the arts and stuff as well as the sports side, I always studied something which enables you to be able to repair, restore, rejuvenate, and fix. So I'm a problem solution person, and I enjoy doing that. So from government at a young age to going in as a therapist, doing that by myself, would be different GP referrals, to doing my top up within my education, further into health, further into business innovation and entrepreneurship management. I kind of, as I started that journey of learning more about myself, I learned that, okay, this is your condition. These are the traits of what it is. And it's just like your traits, your chaotic, scattered mind, that very much is the disruptive, innovative world. Now, if you can function in that, you shall be fine. And so I tend to be a person that sees the whole outcome of a situation, but then it's like everybody, it's like, oh, that's how you put all the different pieces together. It's a bit of a whirlwind. I hope that answered everything.
Now, I want to go into your brand mission and purpose, and this is on your website, your LetitiaAntoinette.co.uk. I know you talked about what got you into your role that you're doing. What is the core mission behind it? And sorry, this is two questions. And how do you see it impacting women globally?
Okay, so the whole mission behind it all is to remind people and show people that each day is a gift, it's a blessing, and to nurture and cherish one's health. So it started as LetitiaAntoinette.co.uk, as that bit shows as the platform bit for the broadcasting bit. So it's LetitiaAntoinette.world, and it is for men and for women as well, because very much so I experienced abuse at a young age. I didn't have a supportive network or circle or anything like that. And quite often, that is the case for many people out there. And you don't necessarily know where to go all the time. So I try to put my stuff out there to help others, to help wake people up, to help people recognize that we all are the same. And sometimes, or quite often so, my joy becomes infectious for others and helps bring them joy as well. And it has inspired some others as well to just believe in themselves a bit more. And if you don't try, you'll never know. Purpose is to get rid of fear, make people know to honor their own temples and the sacredness of peace and time with yourself.
I love that. That's very inspirational. That speaks. Now, you stalking your Instagram page and your YouTube channel, your brand blends elegance, practicality, and empowerment. How do you define the modern empowered women and men in today's world?
How do I define empowered men and women of this world? Well, to be fair, I find that it goes with that saying where people say, like mind likes like mind, they understand this one and that. And each person is on very, very different journeys of themselves. But quite often, I don't believe in coincidences. Everything happens for a reason for me. And this season of what I'm seeing of modern time is for both men and women is people are trying to now reclaim their throne, reclaim the ownership of their own sovereignty and their own role that they play within their life. So with everything on technology and different networking events, especially LinkedIn and that, people are more forthcoming. So you put yourself out there, it's very much what you reap, you sow. And when you put things out to the universe, it's like, be careful because someone's listening, you know? So yeah, I would say in otherwise, it's I had said it, but the modern empowerment of men and women is them knowing who they are and going forth fearlessly and with abundance in what they're doing and growing effectively but positively.
Beautiful. Now, I want to dive into your wellness lifestyle and femininity. And I know you had stated previously that you went through the, I hate to say this, but the typical bullying because you are of different race and you look than your average person. The lips, whichever shape of your body, how people wear their hair, everybody's picked on differently about different things. And I've always said to myself, maybe the reason why they're picking on me about how I look is maybe it's an insecurity in them where they wish they look like this. Like as you stated before, women are going out and having lip injections done. They're getting Botox and butt lifts, breast implants. How does wellness, and we're going to incorporate mental, emotional, and spiritual, show up in your daily life and reflect in your platform?
Wellness is very key to everything that I do. And sometimes people don't fully understand where I'm coming from with that. Because for me, if you're going to contribute to the day and contribute to your life, from the moment of waking up before even leaving the bed, it's a stretch and it's a prayer, thanking God for waking up into that day. Um, I'll do some meditation. I am been training as a shaman, and so I like to make sure to go outside barefoot, ground myself for the day, call in all the different elements and my protection, and eat well. And if I find that some situations are a bit too much, seeking the support and not letting outside factors affect me. So you got to prepare all your means of protection because not every response to things deserves a response. And that could be something negative that's come back at you, but you're so used to be like, "Ah," but it's like, no, leave it for now. Got to stay focused, keep on moving. And in doing that, it has taught me to make sure I've got safer boundaries up there. And I also go quite often to my self-help book, Letitia Restored, as a means to also keep me in check. Because it's restored as it's been done now. But each time, it's like if something's feeling a bit out of the place, I'll open the book up, and it's just the same if I'm using the Bible, doing biblical meditation and stuff. It helps me it answers with what's going on at that present time. So, yeah. And I think it's just how we all honor our own time to prepare ourselves for the day. Because some can be doing, wait, when we're passing over, just gonna, Danny. We've got scouts happening at the moment. Me too. Just spare me a sec.
Sure, not a problem.
That's my 10-year-old. Sorry about that. It is available via my website. So via my website, LetitiaAntoinette.world, people are able to order an autographed copy directly from myself with a personalised message in there. Otherwise, it is available online in WH Smith, Barnes and Foyle, Waterstones, eBay, Amazon. So I think if you just Google Madame Kapuscinska Restored, all the different online stores will show as to where it is in different countries and that.
Make sure to direct everyone to your website so that they can get a nice personalized message and autograph rather than going to eBay or Amazon. Now, what misconceptions do you think just people in general have about self-care?
The mishaps. Quite often I think it's all to do with how people view and how they've been conditioned in life, in how they will define what it is that they're seeing and what they class as self-care. Yeah, because quite often I can say, if anyone does talk about my self-care and stuff, they'll be thinking, this girl is crazy, she's serious. Because with having bipolar and stuff like this, some days it can be that the energy level is so high that you're awake for 2 or 3 days without tiredness. It's like, I'm getting more energy, you know. So that's still a self-care for me because I'm aware of how long I need until I'm going to crash, and until within that time also knowing the recovery that's needed. So that's why I say everybody's self-care is very intricate and personalized to them. And the only misconception that occurs from that is people being uneducated as to why a person's this way or what's going on. So when you start to realize within your own self that maybe it's even work's own stresses that is putting a strain on you, people wait a bit too late when that realization comes in, because quite often in certain things, especially within the working environment, when you're employee, you're just a number that's easily replaced. Yeah.
That is, yes, you are a number that can be replaced. Something happens to you and they already have someone else coming in to fill your spot. What
Yeah.
have been some of your biggest lessons in building a digital brand from the ground up?
So the question I can recall was something to do with the lessons that I've faced from grassroots within building a digital brand.
Yes.
So one of the key challenges has been, number one, being transparent and open about my own health condition. And one of the biggest challenges that I had has been disability discrimination by large companies. So the first one was the university, another was a different health institution. And what was very upsetting or challenging was that this was like the head of the university, one of the deans, and they were stalking everything from my online, being class. They'd be saying, you should just focus on singing instead of studying and all of this lot. And I'm just like thinking, okay. And there was a time when, because I was doing occupational health, so I always study things so that I can gain the tools of things that I know that I need to help me. If I don't know how to help myself, how can I help another person? And there was a situation of a simple thing, and it's like, how do occupations affect your health and well-being? And it was during a period, obviously COVID time, and a teacher was made to work while she had COVID. And I was just like, mentioned on the platform, I was like, I do have some concerns of teachers if they are not in a fit state, that they're being exposed to stress, especially as a new position, learning new software and stuff like this. And then before I know it, the whole everything just came tumbling down on me. And it came to things like, I knew this person was challenging. It's like, you can take it via the governance or this, do this other way. And I'm just like, what's that mean? She said, oh, it's just some protocols. You've got to meet this one, you've got to meet that one. Little did I know that that was the exact route to be getting yourself kicked off on the course. And even to this day now, they still be browsing through, checking online on me. And so, yeah, because another person had their own ill views of me and took liberties and advantage of access to lovely darling, to my health records, they went past what I had accepted. So they pulled out all different things against me, which was nothing with regards to the original point of going there. Yeah, I felt like, is it trespassed or something, betrayed. I don't know how to really describe it, but it was an intrusion of my privacy, of them going through my medical records and deeming that that's okay to do whilst teaching a medical course to others. And I just thought that was so hypocritical. So that was amongst one of my biggest challenges was with them, with that.
This is why we have HIPAA laws put into place so that people are not just diving into your medical information without your consent. Essentially, they broke those HIPAA laws.
Yep. So that's what happened when you've got advantage with power. People will take liberties with it.
Now, what advice would you give to anyone who wants to step into entrepreneurship, but they feel intimidated or unprepared?
I would say for anybody that's trying within that journey of entrepreneurship, quite often I very much feel they are already working, they are already entrepreneurs without realizing they're entrepreneurs, because some have got the given a knack of doing certain things, they just haven't done anything further with it. Or they've just shared it amongst friends and family and not taken it serious. For any and every entrepreneur, it's all just accepting yourself, because our biggest battle is ourself. Now we can bypass all of the negative hearsay and stuff like that, or the what ifs. You can get on with it. So first thing is accepting who you are. Second, start seeking how you move forth with whatever industry that it is that you want to, because now the knowledge is so accessible than what it was before. And if it's something, make sure it's something that you enjoy doing. Because I can say, with having so many different personalities, some think, how are you able to do this and to do that? And I think because of knowing oneself, you start going with what works as your own pace. So it's very important to know who you are when you're going for that journey of entrepreneurship and anything within your life, because you want to be able to stick with it for quite a while. And jobs are very different with their expectancies nowadays.
Touch back on, you said your instructors told you that you should stick with singing instead of learning to improve your life, your career, add on to your skills. What got you into singing? Because I have listened to your music and your voice is so,
Thank you.
you have like this beautiful tone to where if anyone's having a bad day, just put on your music and you'll forget that you were having a bad day just by listening to your voice. What got you into singing and wanting to pursue?
I would say what got me into singing would be from church. Always loved listening to hymns and the choir and that. It just seemed so heavenly. And I was part of a praise and worship team, Mount of Olives, for a little while. And but 14, more so 13, 14, I started to write instead of talking out what was going on, because this was during the time periods of my abuse and stuff like that. And I ended up finding that as I'm writing this, it's releasing, I didn't realize I was holding on to trauma and pain. I just saw it as a medium to escape and release whatever thoughts and that I was experiencing. To this day, when I look back at some of the lyrics that I've written, it scares me, because I'm talking to myself. Another version of me is more or less, and I'm just like, wow. And it sometimes feels like history's just repeated all over again. It's like that song's saying everything. So it is one of those things where you're so into your work and your passion that you don't realize the impact and stuff that you are doing. And right when I was close to giving up, because within music, if anyone's trying to be an artist, understand that fame and thing like that that's you don't want that. Yeah, you want your peace. Trust me. It's just like you can connect with the music, but the industry of it is very cutthroat. Nobody cares about your feelings and stuff like that when it comes into that. So it's having to be understanding to disassociate from it as well. But close to the point when I was thinking to just stop all of this, because I was like, you can't be in the music industry just for money, just for this or just for that. It took for somebody to say, your song saved my life. I was like, well, I can't stop now. I must keep going. And it just took for one person to say that for me. And it was just like, nah, keep going. Sometimes when you think it's an end, a new beginning is occurring.
You have accomplished a lot in your life. You're an honorary chief executive officer and executive member, jury board for the WIO Academy Award. Besides being a book author, you're a show host. Would you care to elaborate more on?
They're all different things of this is just purely from networking and joining to different groups and stuff like this of how these things came about. At the moment, the key one that I'm working with is Sierra Leone, and we're trying to make sure to help the children that have quite a lot of children dropped out in all different places within Africa because so they've not got that access to education. So we're trying to support everybody else within applications so that they can apply for funding and stuff to be able to get books and stuff like that and uniforms for the children and get them back into education. So yeah, for me, these different things, this has been my way of traveling around the world through connecting with others in different countries. It's like, okay, I might not be able to go there just now, but being here from where I am and you where you are there, we can still work together cohesively somewhere. When the right time comes to be able to go and visit in person, that time will be there. So I just keep my options open in that and try to share as much joy and help people as much as I can.
Wonderful. What kind of transformation do you hope your audience experiences when they engage with your platform?
What kind of transformation? For me, I think when I hear the stories and I see what has occurred for some, I believe it's life transforming. And that can be in any area of one's life, all dependent on what one is looking for. Yeah. I had this lady for ages, so I was doing spiritual guidance and some healing and that for her. And for so long, it was wanting to see her son in Jamaica. And she's like, it's been a decade or so since she'd been there. And she's single mom, 3 children, working 3 jobs or whatnot, back and forth, never getting a rest. And just through some guidance, guiding her along her way, keeping, if someone has a cheerleader that's like, go on, you got to keep going. She managed to go over there and see her son and bring all of the family with her. And she never ever thought that she would be able to do that on her own. And since then, she's gone to that point now, learning to read and write and starting her own business as well. So I don't think that was me, but only just seeing from the sidelines of what she's done, because the power's in everybody. So maybe it's just igniting a flame is my job.
Igniting the flame. I love that. That's speak. Igniting the flame. I have to remember that. Make a little note of it. Where do you see Letitia Antoinette in the next 3 to 5 years?
In the next 3 to 5 years, I'd like to see Letitia Antoinette brand even further established worldwide to be amongst one of the top brands when it comes to natural products to helping with side effects and be helping with different psychological issues like the insomnia, depression, anxiety. So I've made like my products and things like that. So I'd like to be an expansion of the products, different products that's out there, expansion of the school, university, and into agriculture, and even more with media. So basically, all of those different services for them all to have expanded and be available and known in different countries.
I'm like at a loss for words. Now, and you don't have to share this with us if you don't want to, if you want to keep it that's a secret. Do you have any upcoming projects, events, products that you're excited to share with us? Or is it like, if I tell you, then I'll have to?
So we have a few upcoming projects we've been working on. So I've got upcoming singles still yet to be released with Snoop Dogg, Juicy J, Eminem, and Gucci Mane. So I've recorded majority, but I'm the type of person once I've recorded, like I might need to make a little tweak on that. So that's with the music. Product wise, we've got new bags that are coming out. So they're you can use them for your traveling, and you can put your power bank with it so that you can charge your phone or your iPad with you when you're on the go. And there's some jackets for the men, some kind of, what is it, construction type jackets, that's unisex, and some more of the different gym wear. And I've been kind of curating some new lip glosses. I don't know if you can see.
Wow, that's really pretty.
So I've been testing different formulas of what colours that I'll want next for makeup. Yeah, I think I'm also preparing myself with getting the courses and stuff like that up and running more so. So that's the courses and stuff is written, it's all the developing and sorting the presentations out. And then launching and getting that out to everybody. So that is what's going on. So there's some music, there's some products. We have a new app that is soon to be coming out, a new streaming app. And so, yeah, that's about it for now.
Now, can you share what the name of the streaming app will be? Everyone can be on the lookout for it.
Okay, it is Waves Music Studio. So I think that will be ready by next year. So we are looking for some better testers to be testing it before we release it to the public and that. And we are also planning some events related around the book, Restored, where will be master classes. They'll be small, intimate, so people can also share their own experiences and to be able to help guide them on their paths as well.
That is wonderful. You definitely have your hands full and your plate full, but it's all for good reasons.
Yeah.
You're making an impact on the world, and I can just see it. Kids nowadays, they need those positive influencers, role models to look up to.
Yeah.
And
It's
put you
true.
in that category as a positive role model.
Yeah. It's good to be recognized as one.
And you know what? We don't have many.
Yeah.
A lot of them have either disappeared out of the limelight, or unfortunately, they are watching down on us heaven. So we don't have many that are more in your face, and especially ones that have gone through traumatic experiences that are taking that trauma and they're building it into something positive and not being afraid to share it with the world.
Yeah. I mean, trauma in itself is a horrid thing, and it can creep up on you many years later when you hit some different milestones if you think you dealt with it there and then and you didn't. I definitely had that creep back up on me and I was just like, what's going on? But no, I've come to realize that some people are in situations where they can't get out of it regardless it's abuse or how that trauma is. I've had to be that person for some people in helping them to get refuge and away from abusive relationships and stuff like that. So, yeah, somehow you end up just crossing paths with people to be able to help them to get the support that they need. So that's also been a good thing in helping. That was transformational as well for me, I guess, in them having the courage to be able to change a situation that first step, to take that first step. It's not easy.
That it is not. That it is not. And my last question for you, if you could leave one message to the world, what would that be?
Learn to love yourself from day one.
Learn to love yourself from day one.
Sometimes,
well, when you say day one, now this is where we have to dive into this one, because when you say day one, we can't say learn to love yourself from when you're born, because you're just a cute little itty bitty.
This is what I mean. I'd say I almost agree, but in hindsight, when the children are born, they are so susceptible to, they can hear and sense things that we can't. And from just the very simple thing of the baby doing, we're just like, do you know what I mean? They're minding their business, loving themselves, even at that stage. I know from that age, you're like, if I this, you're gonna clear it up. I'm not gonna, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They're already signaled to know to cry out if you need something, but that's not the case for everybody. So in that case, you're then taught somehow within that DNA how to deal with certain situations. So yeah, from day one, from that moment of that self identity coming through, and you know you've got your passion and all, keep on it. So that's why I say learn to love yourself from day one, so that you put that protective field around yourself earlier on. Because you don't, when you're young, you just get on with things. It's a natural knack of it, but you don't think that at that young age, at the back of your mind, that there's going to be haters, or there's going to be someone that's jealous or envious of what you're doing. It's the fun and the joy, but not everybody has those means of things around them that life is as joy and this growing up. So we all experience it differently. So regardless of the conditions that one may be in, yeah, still learn to love oneself.
I love it. I want to thank you for your time today, Her Excellency. It was a pleasure having you on Crowncast. And if you don't mind, how can the viewers of Crowncast find you and follow you?
Well, thank you so much for having me here. It has been an honor to be interviewed by you. Excuse me for some of the little mishaps that occurred. But people can find me on Instagram. It's Madame Kapuscinska, so Madame. Make sure you listen to Kapuscinska. It's the Kapuscska. And Letitia Antoinette, LetitiaAntoinette. Or they can check the website www.LetitiaAntoinette.world. And if you check out, you'll be able to listen to my music videos on YouTube, some of the different podcasts, and yeah, there's a mixture of different things out there to find on me. But don't find me on the Snapchat, because yeah, I'm a bit too silly on that one. I think it might still be as Madame Kapuscinska. Thank you so much. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that has tuned in today and taken the time to listen to my story. It has been an honor, and whatever you're going through in your life, just know that brighter, better days are on the way. So keep that faith alive, okay?
Right. And everyone, you hear that right. Keep the faith alive.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Until next time.
Okay. See you.